guys got everything? Can you guys,
hey, we're starting here.
All right, everybody, we're going to get started.
Silenzio, per favore.
Hey, how about that? All right. We're the Engs. I'm John. This is my wife, Janet.
I'm Janet. This is my son, David. He's 21. He's a student. He'll be graduating Cal State Fullerton. And he likes playing baseball with his younger brothers.
And he's going to be studying to be?
He's going to start medical school this fall.
All right.
Next is Sarah. She is 20 years old. She currently works as an ultrasound tech at a nearby hospital, and she likes to sew.
This is Elizabeth. She is 18 years old. She is currently studying in the ultrasound program at Cypress College, and she likes to cook healthy food.
Hey,
I'd like to introduce Mary. She's 17 years old. She's a student at Cypress College, and she helps homeschool little boys.
All right.
I'd like to introduce Anna. She's 15 years old. She's also a student at Cypress College, and she likes to bake.
Next is Lydia. She is 14. She's a student at Cypress College, and she likes to read books. Next in line is Daniel. He is 12 years old. He's in 8th grade. He's the oldest in our homeschool, and he likes to fix toys.
Yay!
Next is Samuel. He is 10 in 4th grade, and he likes to swim. Next in line is Steven. He is 8 years old. He is in 2nd grade, and he likes to play with Tom. I'd like to introduce Thomas. He is 4, and he is my roommate.
Who are you supposed to introduce, Tom?
Huh?
Who are you supposed to introduce?
Dad.
That's me.
He's
He's the what?
He's the oldest. Right?
Okay, well, let's try that again. Next is Eddie, and he's the oldest.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we first met Warren and I guess Rich about 14 years ago when they installed the tile on our countertops when we did a kitchen remodel.
That's right.
And we had begun house churching on our own. And we started talking to Warren while he was installing our tile. He told us that he also had a house fellowship. And so we got to know each other a little bit. And about a year later, we met the Lynches. I don't know who the Lynches are.
There.
At a homeschool picnic
They're in the kitchen, okay.
that was hosted by the Dortnacks at a park in Whittier.
Yeah.
And we found out the Lynches also had a house church that they started with the Herseys. And so we started going there. And they actually had a name. They called it The Crossing.
Yeah.
So we joined the Lynches and the Herseys in 2003. And then shortly after that, we found out that one of the regular attenders at that fellowship knew Warren. So we invited Warren. And then Warren and Helen have been coming ever since.
Right, we have.
And we were mostly young families with small children. It was really great having Warren and Helen, a nice mature couple that had wisdom to share with us. And they've really blessed us.
Yeah.
So
And they blessed us too, I'll tell you that.
And we're going to start off with, let's see, Worship the King. So this is going to be an alternate program. We typically have the 5 tables with 4 octaves of bells. But we're going to improvise a little bit. We have some other music that we play with 12 bells and music stands. And they're all in hand. So this we can do in a much smaller place. The songs are a little simpler, but hopefully you enjoy them as well. So we're going to start off with Worship the King.
1, 2, 3.
how great thou art, David?
That's after I read my script.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so I have enjoyed growing up and living in a large family. And so having so many younger siblings has allowed me to relate with and work with people of all different ages and abilities. And so growing up and being a homeschooled family, my siblings were my playmates, school classmates, chore buddies, basically everything, because we lived with each other 24/7 and we do all of our activities together as a family. So we did not have a computer in our house until I was 13, and we rarely watched TV, and instead we would read books or play Playhouse or play games together. And then every year or two we would welcome a new sibling into our family. And so we all had to help our mother with basically everything. We had to help with schooling the siblings, running the house, doing the chores, cooking, cleaning. And so this gave us a lot of opportunities for us to learn to serve each other and our younger siblings, whether it was by changing diapers, washing the dishes, or teaching math to a younger sibling. And so we learned to be responsible for our daily chores and in helping babysit and teach our younger siblings. So we are not a perfect family. We have more than our share of arguments and sibling rivalries, and I remember quarreling constantly over who had to wash the dishes or who has to do the laundry. But God has greatly blessed our family, and it is only by His grace that He blessed us with a large family where we are able to grow up and learn to serve Him and each other. Yes. So our next song is going to be Our Great Savior. Or How Great Thou Art.
It's more like How Great Thou Art.
It's How Great Thou Art.
I think we skipped one.
I think we
I
skipped.
think the one that went ahead. Okay.
Yeah, we're one.
That's okay. We'll do that one, then we'll do the next one.
I think there's a...
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Set up for Our Great Savior. Okay. Typically, when we have the big, large tables, we usually have like a minute to minute and a half where they're rearranging all their bells and getting all the music right and getting the right clips in place and setting it all up. So it actually gives us time to share some testimonies, some stories, or some scriptures with the audience. And we were going to do that today, but since of the rain, we improvised the program, and so we still had these stories we wanted to share with you, so we're going to kind of interleave them into the 12 bell visit.
Yeah,
I love the fact that you guys are versatile. The rain doesn't stop it. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's really good.
So we're gonna play next, Our Great Savior.
Flexible.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So there's more seats back here if you guys want to spread out.
Yeah.
Growing up, we enjoyed going to amusement parks as a family. We had annual passes to Knott's for 2 years, and then, when that got boring, we got passes for SeaWorld. After a year of SeaWorld, we decided to try Disneyland, which was supposed to be the happiest place on Earth. Well, after 2 years, we were bored of Disneyland, and it was no longer the happiest place for us. This may or may not have been a result of going there twice a week or more early in the morning, so we could get all the rides we wanted before the park got busy. After several years of amusement parks, we realized that having our happiness come from amusement parks and going to fun places was never lasting. The fun may have lasted for a little while, but we soon got bored of it and began looking for the next bigger and better amusement. Our next song is "'Tis So Sweet to Trust in Jesus."
1, 2, 3, 4.
Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, describes a similar experience in Ecclesiastes 2. He wrote, "I said to myself, come on, let's try pleasure. Let's look for the good things in life. But I found that this too was meaningless. So I said, laughter is silly. What good does it do to seek pleasure? I tried to experience the only happiness most people find during their brief life in this world. Anything I wanted, I would take. I denied myself no pleasure. But as I looked at everything I had worked so hard to accomplish, it was all so meaningless, like chasing the wind. There was nothing really worthwhile anywhere." Solomon realized that chasing after pleasure was not a meaningful activity, and we also began to see that true joy and happiness comes from serving God and the people He created. The pleasures of this world never truly satisfy us, but God is able to give us everlasting joy when we accept Him as our personal Lord and Savior, and we seek to serve Him and let Him have control of our lives. Our next song is "Take My Life and Let It Be."
1, 2, 3, 4.
So instead of looking for more amusements to entertain ourselves with, we began looking for ways to serve others together as a family. And we discovered that nursing homes was a good place to start since the residents love young children. So next came the question, what should we do at the nursing home? We had tried to sing, but found that we couldn't sing together or on tune. And we had seen handbells before at a Christmas program we had attended, and we saw that handbells are always in tune, and they're relatively easy to play. So Mom thought that this would be a good idea since we had lots of hands to ring all the bells, and we could teach ourselves using some simple books to begin with. As we have improved our skill, God has blessed us with more bells and more challenging music. With the handbells, we now have a way to bless the residents of nursing homes with beautiful music. And we are also blessed to be able to play in local churches and community events. So our next song is Wonderful Words of Life.
And we don't think they're that easy to play anymore.
2, 3.
before John goes on, these young people had the opportunity Christmas Eve to join with a group over here on Broadway. There were 9 different fellowships that participated in that program that evening, and that was awesome to see the Lord using 9 different groups in one place at one time. And 2 of them had to laugh. They were 2 Spanish-speaking groups, and one of the gentlemen said that someone had told them that 2 Spanish-speaking groups could never get along together in the same time in the same buildings. Actually, we had someone speaking Kenyan, someone speaking Thai, someone speaking Spanish a couple of 3 times, English here and there. It was a wonderful time to see God's wonderful words of love come from lots and lots of people. And these guys were set up to play for you with 4 octaves, both of bells and chimes. You're getting the quote-unquote simple version of a lot of hard work and a lot of practice.
It's the great and amazing love that God has for us that inspires us to be patient and to love each other no matter what has been done to us. None of us are perfect. We practice about 6 or 7 hours a week, and practice is not easy, especially because the children are all siblings. There are always quarrels. Practices sometimes get rather loud, and it's not the bells that are loud. But the Lord has used our practices to teach us how to work together, to resolve conflicts, and to learn to love one another. Our older children need to constantly remember to forbear and be patient with their younger siblings. And they often have to remember that no matter what annoying habits someone else may have, they need to be patient with each other. Just as God loved us, even though we constantly sin against Him, the children need to show love to each other, even when it is hard, like during bell practice.
So the real blessing of playing handbells is in the life lessons we learn. As we have grown older and many of us are now attending college or working, handbells is one of the few activities that all of us siblings are able to do together. Handbells allows us to come together to do something useful together as a family, and by putting our trust in God, we are able to work together to proclaim His glory through our music. Thank you for listening, and our last song is going to be Give Thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4.